Welcome back to Destinations Travel Podcast. I'm joined now by Lisa Mullins from Universal Orlando. Thank you very much for taking some time out of your day to join us.
Hey, no problem. Very happy to be here. Thank you for the invite.
So you don't know this, but Orlando is my favorite city in America.
Nice.
If my wife would move, which she won't, I would be.
Well, fun fact, I actually moved from Ireland to Orlando about 9 years
Oh,
ago. So
I should ask you about Ireland instead. But anyway,
true.
we'll stay with the
For
topic
another
at hand.
day, yeah.
So I guess a lot of people get confusion in Orlando. So can you tell us what encompasses the Universal Orlando Resort?
Absolutely. And I love the way you got the name right, because I think a lot of people sometimes just call us Universal or maybe call us Universal Studios, but really, it is Universal Orlando Resort. And I think that, it kind of lends itself to the fact that we are our own destination. We really have grown over recent years, and we now have 3 theme parks within our Orlando destination. So we have, of course, the original Universal Studios. We also have Islands of Adventure, and we also have Volcano Bay, our water theme park. So we are a 3-park destination. We also have our City Walk area, which is kind of our dining entertainment complex right there in the center of everything. And we now have 8 hotels within our destination. So again, a full resort in and of itself. Really, if you're looking for that ultimate Universal experience, we say the sweet spot is really, at least maybe a 4-night stay and a 3-day, 3-park ticket, making sure that you're getting to do all 3 parks. If you have longer, we have our great resorts, fabulous pool areas, so there's even more to do. But as a minimum, I would say that 4-night stay with a 3-day, 3-park ticket will tick all the boxes.
Yeah, so I know there's so much going on there at Universal. I think you're in the middle of testing a new ride that's going to open soon, or
Yes.
maybe it's already sort of open. I don't know.
Well, I actually got to ride it yesterday for the very, very first time. It is unbelievable. It's our new Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Grand opening to guests, to the general public, is June 10th. So we are in kind of soft technical rehearsals right now, but I got to ride it yesterday. It is literally epic. I mean, we use the word epic a lot at Universal, but it's an amazing attraction. We talk about kind of industry leading attractions all the time. We really are setting the bar, and Velocicoaster is honestly, the feedback already, people are saying it's the best coaster in the world. The response to this has been unbelievable already, and it's not even fully open until June 10th. So
I follow a lot of bloggers,
uh-huh.
Orlando-based bloggers, and most of them are annual pass holders, obviously. And
Uh-huh.
I've seen their footage, not on the ride, but of the queue is amazing.
Yes.
Um, do you know? I didn't prep you for this, but do you know about how many attractions you have between the 3 parks?
Oh God, yeah, great question. Oh, I mean, when you say attractions, I would literally say hundreds, because it just depends.
Okay.
We have so many varieties. I mean, we have the thrill rides. We have, then we have some of our different shows. Like, we just launched our new Born Stuntacular show last summer. We have our Cinematic Spectacular show over the lagoon. And then we just have so many other attractions in terms of the events that we have through the years. So I mean, there is literally hundreds of things to do at Universal, but yeah, I don't have the breakdown of how many
Oh
coasters
yeah.
versus how many
I was just curious.
rides. Yeah, I mean, great question, and I probably should find out the specifics.
It doesn't really matter. So I'm coming in July with my family. We've been there
Nice.
multiple times, and my kids are very excited about the Velocicoaster.
Yes.
And my wife and I are kind of excited, or very excited about the Hagrid's motor coach. I know it has a much
Yes.
longer name.
Yeah,
Um,
Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, but you're to do Hagrid's for short. That's what we
uh, so, which leads me to this question that I get often from clients, and that is, especially if they're Orlando bound, multiple returning Orlando visitors,
Uh-huh.
that they think that Universal is just a thrill park for teenagers. So, can you tell us why it isn't?
Yes, of course. And I mean, we do get that a lot and we understand why, as we just talked about, Hagrid's opened in 2019, I believe it was. Phenomenal attraction, really is another thrill ride. Obviously, Jurassic World Velocicoaster is just about to make its debut on June 10th. Some really big thrill rides. So we understand Universal is known for that, and we do it so well. But I will tell you, hand on heart, we are a destination for the entire family. For example, I talked about our Born Stuntacular show. That is, again, so technologically advanced. It's a live action stunt show. You follow Jason Bourne around the world. That's a family attraction. Hogwarts Express, that connects the two Wizarding Worlds of Harry Potter. That's a family attraction. We have dedicated kids areas. We just reopened the Camp Jurassic area within Jurassic Park. Dr. Seuss Landing, of course, is a huge area for those smaller kids. And then even within Volcano Bay, so our newest theme park, when we launched that, we have 2 dedicated areas for smaller kids. We have Tatiki Reef and Runamukka Reef. So, dedicated areas for those kids that maybe can't quite reach the height requirement. But honestly, I would really say the thing with Universal as a brand, it really is about a mindset and not a specific age. We see teenage kids that do not want to do those extreme rides, and we see 4 and 5-year-old kids that will happily get onto an extreme roller coaster. So it really comes down to the mindset of the person or of the family. But I truly believe there is something for everyone in Universal. We are home to the 2 parts of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Super immersive experiences just going through the 2 areas of the Wizarding World. And we're seeing now, like with the recovery since, post-COVID recovery, we're seeing a lot of multi-generational families where we have grandparents who maybe haven't seen their families in a while. They're looking for that family destination. And I really think Universal checks the box for that as well. So I believe we're an amazing destination. I talked a little bit about the 8 hotels. That's a big piece of the Universal vacation as well, as experiencing our resorts. We have some amazing pool areas. I mean, the Hard Rock, they pipe the music underwater. We have water slides. In Royal Pacific, we have the Royal Bali Sea, which is kind of like a play area within the pool. So we have some great features to really appeal to all ages.
Very nice. So the title of this podcast is Destinations. But I'm going to ask you a slightly different question. It says about your favorite destinations. What are some of your favorite attractions?
Well, again, I just did Velocicoaster yesterday for the first time and it blew my mind. I mean, the attention to detail and just how fun that coaster is unbelievable. So that's really up there. I mean, I'm already dying to do it again. Hagrid's, of course, is an amazing one. I think the more rides that we build with our creative team, the better we are getting. So the new rides that we've launched are amazing. But of course, there's a lot of the classics. I mean, the Mummy is one of the best rides in the park. I'm a fan of Simpsons. I grew up on The Simpsons, so I love that attraction. And then I'm also a Harry Potter fan. I read all the Harry Potter books, so I'm very familiar with the story. I love both parts of the Wizarding World. And I would say the Hogwarts Express is one of my favorite attractions, where you get to board the train and you go from King's Cross Station over to Hogsmeade. I mean, it literally is putting you into the story exactly as in the books, exactly as in the movies. So I'm a big fan of that as well.
Yeah, my family, my daughters are huge Mummy fans.
Oh,
I have not ridden it. I like the Spider-Man ride.
Okay, yeah.
But then I am, I guess I'm in my 50s, but I love some of the kid rides. So the Dr. Seuss in the Sky ride. I don't know why. I think it's just a
it's
fun
beautiful.
ride.
I mean, like the view you have from that train and
Right.
colors, and just again, you're immersive in that world of Dr. Seuss, and you have a great view out over the rest of the park as well. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick one. There's a lot of fun stuff
Yes.
in Universal.
Yeah, and then my final one is you have a classic dark ride in the ET attraction as well. So
that's our last original standing attraction. So I think for longevity's sake, we hope that will stay. But that's the challenge, I guess. As we grow and develop, you kind of some things that you have to take away to put in the next new thing. But ET is still standing.
Before I ask you about the future I get, what about nightlife and shopping?
Yes, well, so I mentioned our City Walk area before.
Yes.
That really is kind of the hub for our nightlife and our shopping. We actually just opened a brand new Universal Orlando merchandise store. And then where we had the previous store, we have now transformed that into a legacy store. So you kind of talk about ET and some of those classics. We have kind of a legacy piece now where you can get some of that classic merchandise, and then our brand new store where you can get literally any merchandise for all of our great attractions. And then again, within City Walk, you know, some amazing dining options. A lot of new stuff recently. We just added Big Fire very recently. We have Toothsome Chocolate Emporium. We have Cowfish. Great dining options, and then fun nightlife. I mean, we have Rising Star, which is kind of like a live karaoke bar, but where you sing karaoke, you have a full live backing band behind you, which is a lot of fun. We have dueling pianos in Pat O'Brien's. We have our Red Coconut Club. So some great entertainment options right there in City Walk immediately as you come out of the park. So really easy access and a nice way to spend the night after the day in the parks.
Yes, my wife is going to be celebrating a milestone birthday, and we're going to Twosomes. She's a chocoholic.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
we've been there
That
before.
place is cool.
Yeah,
Make
it's
sure
very
that you
cool.
do have a reservation though, Brian. We're
I
definitely
already
doing
have it.
Yes, perfect. You know what you're doing.
So my final question is, and I always hope for breaking news. I never get it. But
Well,
so what's in the future for Universal Orlando?
okay, well, we have a couple of things that we can chat about. Kind of in the immediate future, you know, coming up pretty soon, we did announce that we are going to have our 30th celebration of Halloween Horror Nights this year. So for anyone who's not familiar, Universal is the leading place for the Halloween celebration. You know, Halloween Horror Nights is, we run it for about 2 months. This year we're starting September 3rd till October 31st. And it is probably the biggest event that we do. You know, we are known for those kind of classic monsters and all of those, that whole genre. So we do it very, very well. We had to press pause last year, you know, in 2020. So we're very excited to be able to celebrate the 30th anniversary this year. So there will be a lot more information coming about Halloween as we move through the summer. But then maybe on a bigger scale or looking further into the future, you may have heard that we announced we are building a brand new park here in Orlando. So we have a 4th park coming called Universal's Epic Universe. We are literally building it from the ground up. It's our own creative team that are, you know, developing and building that. We're going to have hotel, shopping, dining, you know, and the whole park experience as well. So very excited for that to come on board. You know, still in construction phase. It's still very early days, but the good news is we actually did resume construction. It went on hold a little bit during COVID. We've now resumed construction. So that's very exciting, knowing that we have a 4th park and a whole ton more attractions coming soon to Orlando.
Big from Ireland, big fan of Pat O'Brien's.
Yes, I have been known to go there once or twice.
Well, I want to thank you very, very much for. I know how busy your schedule is, so
No.
it was great for you to be able to join us and shed some light on what's going on at Universal Orlando Resort. And thank you very much. And to all our listeners, if you'd like more information about Universal Orlando Resort, please contact me. My contact information is in the show notes. Thank you.
Thank you.